Hello bookworms, I'm Becca and today I'm coming at you with another book haul. This is my first book haul of 2020, starting off the year right even though it's February. But I have gotten a few books recently and I have one piece of book mail that I'm really excited about, so let's get started. The first book I have to show you guys is called Song for a Whale and it is by Lynne Kelly. This is a middle grade book about a 12-year-old girl named Iris who was born deaf, but the kids at her school aren't very good at sign language, so it's hard for Iris to make friends and communicate with her classmates. So when Iris learns about a whale in science class called Blue 55 that sings a song that no other whales can hear and has since been dubbed the loneliest whale in the world, Iris comes up with a plan to find a song that she can sing back to him. This sounds so sweet. I love it, and as you know, I love reading about books with deaf and hard of hearing characters because I'm hard of hearing, so I cannot wait to read this book and I'm so happy to have it in my collection. I also picked up another copy of Little Women by Louisa Alcott. I haven't read Little Women yet, and in my last book haul, I believe, I hauled a different copy of Little Women. So the reason that I got this one is simply because I like the cover a little bit more. The other copy that I have has the new movie cover and I do not love a movie cover. This one is really cute and simple. It has flowers on it with all of the girls' names and I like it a lot, so I had to pick this one up and I will probably be unhauling the other copy that I have. The next book I got is Now Entering Adamsville by Francesca Zappia, who is the author of Eliza and Her Monsters, which I really enjoyed, so when I saw this one, I knew that I needed to pick it up. And this is about a girl named Zora who lives in a small town called Adamsville that is known for having paranormal experiences, and that is what they use to bring tourists into the town. But Zora knows that the ghosts in the town are real and they're not just some tourist trap. Now Zora is being framed for a crime that she didn't commit, so now she has to try to track down the real culprit and protect her friends and family. This sounds so good. I love the colors on the cover. I'm really excited to read this. It just sounds like it's gonna be right up my alley. I love books about paranormal, ghosts, and everything spooky like that, so this is going to be perfect for me. Speaking of thrillers and spooky books, I picked up A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This is a debut YA thriller about a girl named Pip who lives in a small town of Fairview where 5 years prior to the book starting, the popular girl in high school was murdered by her boyfriend, and now 5 years later, Pip is a senior and just can't shake the feeling that there is more going on in this case. She knew the boyfriend when she was younger and he was always really nice to her. So as part of her senior project, Pip decides to reinvestigate the cold case of this murder, and once she starts diving into the case, she finds more than she bargained for. This sounds like it's going to be full of twists and turns and mystery. I love a thriller, but honestly I have a hard time with thrillers because I feel like I'm always left disappointed, or I can figure out the ending within the first couple chapters, and even though I want to stay engaged in the book, it is ultimately disappointing when I finish the book and my suspicions from the beginning are confirmed. So I'm really hoping that this will keep me engaged and guessing the whole time. I've heard lots of people talking about it. I absolutely love the cover. The cover is what drew me to the book, and so I'm willing to give this thriller a shot. I also grabbed this cute little horror called Horrorstor, and it is by Grady, Hendrix. This was popular a few years back. I remember seeing it like right around the time that I first started BookTube, and I've been trying since then to get my hands on it, and I've not been able to find it in stores or anything. And then when I was at Barnes & Noble, I walked past an end cap shelf and there was just one copy on it, so I knew that I needed to get it. I don't really know what it's about, except it's a horror that is set in an IKEA type store, and even the book is set up kind of like like an IKEA handbook or instruction manual or something. The back cover is creepier than the front cover, but there's still like some little horror things going on. I've heard that it's cute, but there are some genuinely creepy parts in it, which I love, so I'm very happy to have this as part of my collection. And of course, I had to pick up A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Brigid Kemmerer. If you guys don't know, this is the sequel to A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which was a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I want to go into the sequel completely blind because the first book left off on kind of a cliffhanger, so I didn't even read the inside flap. I have no clue what we're going to get in this book. I don't even really remember that much of A Curse So Dark and Lonely because I read it when it first came out. I devoured it. I loved it. I picked up other books by Brigid Kemmerer as a result. I really enjoy her writing, and I am very excited to continue on with this series because it was so good. A Curse So Dark and Lonely is one of my favorite Beauty and the Beast retellings that I have ever read, so I hope that this second book doesn't disappoint. Which leaves us with my piece of book mail. I'm covering up my address and anything else that you don't need to know. So this is from Scholastic, and I'm pretty sure I know what it is. I'm just excited to see it, honestly. Oh my gosh. So this is Rick. It is an arc, and it is a companion novel to the middle grade book George by Alex Gino. And Rick focuses on another character in the George story named Rick. If you don't know, George is about a closeted trans girl that wants to be Charlotte in her school's production of Charlotte's Web, but the teacher doesn't want her to, so her and her friend devise a plan to get her the lead role. It is really cute, very special. It's one of Alex's favorite books from Pucks and Paperbacks, my very best booktube friend, and so he convinced me to request Rick, and I got approved. I'm really excited because Rick is asexual, so I'm excited to read this middle grade book with an ace main character. I'm so excited, you guys. It's gonna be so good. I got this sent to me in exchange for an honest review, so I am probably going to end up buddy reading this with Alex, and then our reviews, I'm sure, will come out around the same time. And this book goes on sale April 21st. So there you guys go. Those are all of the books that I have gotten recently. Let me know what books you have bought recently down below in the comments. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below to see more bookish videos. That's all I got for you guys today, and I will see you next time. Bye!